Have you ever stood up from the toilet, reached for the sink, and felt just a little shaky on your feet? Maybe you caught yourself by holding on to the counter. Maybe you brushed it off, thinking, well, I'm just a little tired today. But let me ask you this. What if that tiny wobble is actually your body's way of warning you about your balance and fall risk? I want you to stay with me because today we're going to talk about something I like to call the bathroom test, a simple 30-second check you can do right at home in the most ordinary place to find out how strong your balance really is. And let me tell you, it's not just about avoiding falls. It's about staying independent, confident, and in control of your body at every age. Now, you might be wondering, why the bathroom? Well, think about it. It's the one place we go multiple times a day, and it's also one of the most common places where falls happen. The floor is hard, it can be slippery, and there are often fewer things to grab onto safely. If your balance isn't strong, the bathroom becomes risky. But if you can pass the bathroom test, you'll know your body is ready to handle those moments of standing, turning, and reaching. In this video, I'll guide you step by step through what the bathroom test is, how to do it safely, and what it reveals about your health. And I'll also give you simple ways to improve your balance if you find yourself struggling. So stay with me until the end because these 30 seconds could make a big difference in how steady you feel every single day. Let's start with the first part of this test. Imagine this. You're in the bathroom, standing near the sink or a counter for safety. All you do is stand on one leg while keeping the other slightly raised. Nothing dramatic, just a gentle lift. Can you hold that position for 10 to 15 seconds without wobbling? If yes, great. That's a good sign that your balance and strength are working well together. If not, don't worry. Struggling here is more common than you think. In fact, many people over 60 discover that their balance has quietly weakened without them even noticing. Let me give you a real example. One of my patients, Mrs. Green, she's 72, told me she hadn't thought about her balance at all until she nearly fell reaching for a towel in her bathroom. When we did this simple one-leg stand together, she couldn't hold it for more than 4 seconds. That was her wake-up call. But here's the good news. After a few weeks of practicing simple balance drills, she was up to 12 seconds, and now she says she feels less anxious walking around her house. That's the power of starting with awareness. Now, I want you to try it too. Don't do it yet. Wait until the video is over so you can do it safely with the instructions in mind. But tell me in the comments below, when you imagine standing on one leg for 10 seconds, how confident do you feel? Do you think you'd pass, or would you be wobbly? Sharing your answer might just encourage someone else to check their balance too. So that's the first step, testing your one-leg stand. But the bathroom test doesn't stop there. Next, we're going to look at something even more important, how you stand up and sit down. This is one of the biggest daily challenges for anyone over 60, and it's one of the clearest windows into your balance and leg strength. Let's dive into that in part 2. Now that we've talked about standing on one leg, let's move on to the second part of the bathroom test, which is just as important, maybe even more. It's something you already do several times a day without thinking. Standing up from a seated position. Yes, I'm talking about the simple act of going from sitting to standing, like when you get up from the toilet. It sounds easy, right? But here's the truth. As we age, this movement becomes a real test of both strength and balance. Think about it. You're moving from a low seat, often without using your arms for help. If your legs and core muscles aren't strong enough, or if your balance isn't steady, that's when wobbling, straining, or even near falls happen. And remember, in the bathroom, you don't have much room to catch yourself. So here's how you can test yourself safely. Sit on a chair that's about the same height as your toilet, feet flat on the ground, arms resting on your lap. Now, without pushing yourself up with your hands, see if you can rise to a full standing position. Then, sit back down gently, again without using your arms. Try to do this 5 times in a row. This little exercise might feel simple, but it tells us so much about your body. If you can do 5 smooth repetitions, you're in a strong place. Your legs, hips, and balance are working together. But if you struggle, if you need your arms to push up, or if you feel unsteady after standing, that's your body's way of saying, "Hey, I need more support." Let me give you an example. I once worked with a gentleman named Robert, 68 years old. He told me he avoided long car rides because he dreaded getting out of the seat. He always felt stiff and shaky. When we tried this sit-to-stand test, he could only do 2 without using his arms. That was a red flag. But here's the inspiring part. We built a routine around practicing this very move every day, just a few minutes at a time. In 6 weeks, Robert went from struggling with 2 reps to doing 8 with ease. He told me it felt like a new lease on life. He wasn't nervous about standing up in public anymore, and even his wife noticed he walked more confidently around the house. Now, let's pause for a moment. I want you to think about your own daily life. When you get up from the toilet, do you automatically reach for the counter or the grab bar? Do you sigh, strain, or push with your hands? Or do you pop right up without thinking? That's your clue. And I'd love for you to share in the comments which one sounds more like you. Your answer might help others realize they're not alone. The great news is that, just like Robert, you can improve this movement with practice. Even doing just 3 sit-to-stands a day can slowly build the strength and balance you need. And don't worry, we'll talk more about specific exercises and easy fixes in the next part. For now, just becoming aware of how you move is the first step to change. So far, we've covered 2 parts of the bathroom test: standing on one leg and standing up from a seated position without using your arms. Both are simple but powerful ways to measure your balance and strength. But there's one more piece of the puzzle that many people overlook, and it's something you do every single time you're in the bathroom: turning. Yes, the act of turning, whether it's reaching for the towel rack, turning to flush, or pivoting toward the sink, can reveal hidden balance problems. And in part 3, I'll show you exactly how to test it and what it means for your safety and independence. So far, we've looked at 2 key parts of the bathroom test: standing on one leg and standing up without using your arms. Both tell us a lot about your balance and strength. But there's one last piece of this test that often surprises people: turning. Think about how many times you turn in the bathroom alone. You turn to reach for the toilet paper, you turn to flush, you turn to grab a towel or walk toward the sink. These aren't big, dramatic movements, but they're some of the most common times when seniors lose their balance. Why? Because turning challenges your inner ear, your core muscles, and your ability to coordinate your steps all at once. Here's how to test yourself. Stand near a counter or a wall so you have support if you need it. Start by facing one direction. Now, turn your body in a full circle, first to the right, then to the left. Pay attention to how steady you feel. Do you wobble? Do your feet shuffle instead of stepping smoothly? Do you feel dizzy or unsure of your balance? If the answer is yes to any of those, it's a sign your balance system might need some extra care. I'll share a quick story. A woman named Linda, 74, told me she had no problem walking in a straight line, but she felt nervous every time she had to turn around in her kitchen. During our bathroom test, when she tried the turning part, she had to grab the counter halfway through. That explained why she avoided crowded spaces and even hesitated when stepping into her shower. Turning made her feel unsafe. But with practice, just a few minutes each day of slow, deliberate turns, her confidence grew. A month later, she was turning with ease, and she said she no longer dreaded those little movements at home. Now, I want you to picture yourself. Imagine doing a slow turn in your bathroom. Would you feel steady, or would you reach for the counter? Be honest with yourself and let me know in the comments. Your answer might inspire someone else to give this test a try. So, let's put it all together. The bathroom test has 3 simple steps. Stand on one leg for about 10 seconds. Do 5 sit-to-stands without using your arms. Turn in a circle, both directions, and notice how steady you feel. That's it. 3 steps, less than 30 seconds, and you get a clear snapshot of your balance and strength today. And the best part? Even if you struggle with one or all of these steps, it's not the end of the story. It's just the beginning. Because balance can improve at any age as long as you practice. I want you to remember this. Your balance isn't just about preventing falls. It's about independence, freedom, and confidence. It's about knowing you can get up, move, and take care of yourself without fear. And that's priceless. So here's my challenge for you. Try the bathroom test today. Do it safely, near a counter, or with someone nearby if you're unsure. Then, share your results in the comments below. Did you hold the one-leg stand? Did the sit-to-stands feel easy or tough? Did the turning test surprise you? Your experience could encourage someone else to start paying attention to their balance too. And if you found this video helpful, please give it a like and don't forget to subscribe. On this channel, we share simple, practical tips to help you stay strong, steady, and full of life after 60. Remember, small steps lead to big changes. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to keep moving forward. Here's to steady feet, strong legs, and living your best life at any age.